Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to an episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Tuesday night from Los Angeles, California, man. No Los Angeles Laker game tonight. We had some other games on tonight. I'm sure we'll touch on them in a bit. But tonight, the topic is going to be on the potential return of Vando, a.k.a. Jarred Vanderbilt, to the Laker lineup as early as Thursday. And why I feel it may just be a little too late for Vando, too little too late for him to come back and make an impact this season. Excuse me. So pretty much we've been waiting for the return of Vando, right? He's been a missing piece of ours that we've desperately needed out here. A very, very versatile forward who can guard multiple positions, is a coach's dream when it comes to a switching defense, and pretty good rebounder as well. And a guy who really started to find his offensive rhythm leading up to his injury in Boston in that blowout win over the Celtics without Braun and AD in late January there. And the idea of getting a guy that resembled any form of that guy back for the playoff stretch was ideal. But the lead up to the playoffs, the run up to the playoffs, and the play-in, and all that. So to get this guy back in a series which we now trail 0-2 heading home, and what I felt that game 2 was an absolute must win. They blew that. I don't know how much of a leash or how much room you can give a guy who's been out that long and expect to insert him into a lineup to make an impact and have any type of real patience with him being in an 0-2 hole to a team you've lost 10 games in a row to. However, with that being said, if he comes back and he's able to give you some good minutes, really, really needs some help with some rebounding. AD needs help defensively on that front line. I'm kind of torn in between what you do with him if you do bring him back. At this point, do you just say F it and nothing else seems to be working here? So maybe we plug him in and see what's going. Rui last night being completely incapable of scoring and giving you nothing defensively. If he's not going to score and not play defense, and I don't see how Vando could be worse than Rui was out there last night. But I just don't know what he's going to look like upon return. We saw when he came back from extended absence to start the season, it took him a few months to get going. We are not in a position to wait for him to take a few months to get going. Gabe is barely starting to get, back in the game shape. And he's still not all the way right. So we're going to have two guys potentially out there in a rotation that aren't right. And in a series, like I said, that we're already down 0-2. And every single game is a must win, including the one they just lost. So while, it feels like the series could be over, maybe over, feels like it, just from a morale standpoint, just from a mental standpoint from the Lakers, just from a pure effort, everything down to Darvin Ham's X's and O's, to the players' execution, to the players' heart and mentality. It just feels like the deck is so stacked against this Laker team, and it has been all season. And this is like friendly fire doing it to themselves along. Like I said, you can say about the refs, you can say about plenty of other things, and I'm fine with that. Definitely fine with that. But to sit here and say a lot of these wounds for this Laker team are not self-inflicted, I think that wouldn't be too truthful. So, they've dug this hole all season. They've sort of dug their way out of holes throughout the season. But I think this might be this will be the biggest hole they have to dig out of. And I just don't know if they have enough to do it. I just don't know if they have enough to do it. And sorry, I keep having to mute because my cough is kind of still with me here, and I don't want to be coughing in your guys' ears. So I'm trying to catch the mute button before I start coughing in your guys' ears here. So I'm curious to see what you guys think, man. Do you think the impact of Vando is going to help us lead to a win? Do you think it hurts the Lakers? Do you think it helps the Lakers? Do you think it's too late? Just leave him out. Do you think if they do play him, his impact is still not going to be really effective because of the time he's been out and no real game time to ramp up? So is it still too little, too late in your mind? So talk to me. I'm curious to see where you guys stand with it, because like I said, just looking at the timeline and how long it took him to get kind of back to himself after the first return, That's what has me concerned. I wasn't convinced he was going to make it back this season, and who knows, maybe in a ramp up, maybe in a shoot around stuff, maybe he can't go. From what I've heard, they put him through three different, basically three different sessions to try to see how he felt, and he came out of all three pretty solid. So from what I'm hearing is they feel confident putting him out there, but they just don't know how effective he's going to be. And so we're going to have to wait and see. I'm going to assume that even if he plays, he's going to be on some type of a minutes restriction as he was when he first came back from injury. And then again, if they lose game 3 with him out there, it's best to probably just shut him down at that point and just punt on his season. Even if you have a game left or 2 games left, whatever, when you're down 3-0. So I'm just trying, for me, I feel it might be a little too late. But I feel like, if they have, I don't know if they're in their heart of hearts are thinking we have one game to try to salvage this season. That's literally going to be their mentality with every game. If they get a win, like I said, they win game 3. Every game after that is the game to salvage the season. So it's back against the wall for every game left in this season, in this series. Whether they win game 3, even if they win game 4, like no matter what, even if you win game 3, you win game 4, you're going to have to win 1 in Denver, right? They have to win 4 of the next 5 to win this series. That is a daunting task to ask of a team who has lost 10 straight to the team. And you talk about a soul snatching loss last night with that buzzer beater where they played the best they possibly could. Denver played probably the worst they may play in this series, and to still get out of there with a loss. And the frustration must be mounting in that Laker locker room. So it's it is a troubled time. It's a troubled time. And like I said, Vando being back, maybe just a little too late. I would have really loved it if he came back around the time Gabe was. Even if he had those 2 games against the Pelicans, the final game of the season and the play-in, even if you had just 2 games under his belt in those situations, just to get him some type of game action, just so he can get some game experience. You don't throwing a guy in there, his first action in months, coming out there at an 0-2 deficit. He's almost in a lose-lose situation here because he's not going to be at his best, and he's not a guy that's going to give you a ton of offense. And if he's not, at his best and he's a step slow, that maybe hurts him on defense as well. So he might find himself in a lose-lose situation. And that's the concern you have to have if you're Vando. That's the concern you have to have if you're the Laker coaching staff. And that's the concern you have to have if you're a teammate. Like, how ready and how prepared is he going to be out there, even if it's for 10 or 15 minutes. And Denver will probably test him off top, see what he's got, how much he have in the tank, and go from there. And I still haven't seen any type of confirmation, like he's 100% back, right? There's still no confirmation about it. But if he does, it's just I think it may just be too late. The Lakers just got too many holes in this lineup against Denver. They've got too many weaknesses against Denver. They got too many guys that they can't count on in these situations. And Denver just dog walks them the final 5 minutes, just walks them down, does their offense. Denver is at their best in the final 5 minutes against the Lakers. The Lakers are at their worst the final 5 minutes against Denver. But the Lakers have not been at their worst the final 5 minutes against the rest of the league. Like I said, I've showed you guys the Lakers' clutch performances against the rest of the league. They were a league best in the league when it came to winning percentage in the clutch. And that's even with those Denver losses in there. You know what I mean? So it's like the rest of the league, they found a way around and found a way to deal with in the clutch. Just Denver, just in their heads. It's mental. And that game last night did nothing to slow that down. But like I said, Vando, I don't know if I'm risking further setbacks with him at this point. And he kind of had moments where he played himself off the court in last year's playoffs because he was hurt then. And like I said, the lead up to him getting injured, I felt when he was playing his best stretch as a Laker. He was scoring about 10 points a game. He was starting to hit those corner threes. He was thriving in the dunker spot. He was catching rolls on the bounce pass. He was making passes out of the roll pass. He was doing fake dribble handoffs, going to the rim, finishing, getting the and ones. He was turning a corner offensively. Like, he was never going to be a guy that's going to get you 20, but he was turning a corner offensively to where he was going to be that role guy, that offensive putback guy, that secondary rebounder guy, and his defense and his ability to fill the passing lanes were becoming elite. And him in the dunker spot was just fantastic. Those about a 10-game stretch there leading up to his injury. So I understand his offensive limitations, but he was really kind of getting into a groove there. Excuse me, getting into a groove there, right? And up until the point where he got hurt, that game in Boston, he was just incredible, and it just sucks to lose him. Situations like that. So shout out to everyone who's pulling it up, man. A little earlier than usual. Wasn't really going to go live today, but I said, why not? I'm watching this Dallas Clipper game right now. Dallas is trying to blow this 62-61 Clippers right now. About 2 minutes to go in the third. And this is going to be an interesting series. I think even if Dallas gets this win tonight, I think the Clippers are definitely capable of winning in their building. This series can absolutely go 7. But we'll see how this game finishes up here tonight with Kawhi returning to the lineup here. So shout out to everyone who's in the building. Like I said, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Department of Cannabis, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you, man. Damn, man, the pain was real good last night. Vando needs to be traded. Same with the whole roster. Man, I like Vando, man. Too little, too late. What's going on, Search? I see you, man. JSJ, what's going on? Too little, too late, he says. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Salute to you, man. Thank you for pulling up. Make sure to go over there, support, and subscribe to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, man. Appreciate you, bro. DJ, what's going on? Salute to you, brother. Pausing his workout here to pop in and salute the chat here, man. If you don't subscribe to Lakers at 5 already, pull up over there. Go hit him up. Great channel. Great guy, man. If you're working tonight, DJ, drive safe. Appreciate all your continued support, my brother. Appreciate you, man. Louis says, what's good, big bro? What's going on with you, sir? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a good night. I know last night, outside of last night, I hope everyone having a better day today, man. Micah said, getting my comment in early so I can hear it. What's good, Jeff and Empire family? What's good, Micah? Appreciate you, man. You know, I try to get to every comment, man. I do my best. So appreciate you, man. NGB, hello. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you for tuning in as well. Lakers all day. Dope. What's going on, my guy? This coach is killing me. I know. Darvin's killing a lot of people, man. He's killing a lot of people, man. He's racking up that body count. No Kim. You know what I mean? Bridges says, F it. Vando was back. Lakers in 7. I wish. What's up, Bridges? JSJ said, this will happen in game 3. Lakers lead big. Denver comes back. Lakers gas. Denver takes over. Hey, that's been the script, man. That's been the script. What's up, Bloodhound? Need Vando, need Wood. We do need both of them, but I just don't know what they're going to play like, man. Big Baby, what's going on, sir? He said, can we make a trade right now? Yeah, we can trade the spring for summer and get to Cancun early, man. Because that might be around the corner, man. Bloodhouse says, need everything. Facts. Bridges says, but at least he can replace some of Ruby's minutes and bring some energy. Hopefully healthy enough to guard Jamal. Yeah, I rock with that. Lakers at 5, search and destroy. NGB, JSJ, Big Baby Sports. He just a salute-a-thon over here, man. Shout out to you, Micah. My Court King's brother. Salute, Chris, man. What's going on, Graphic God? What's going on, man? Still Lakers for life. Facts, actual facts. That's exactly what it is. It's still Lakers for life. But you know what I mean? I keep it real around here, man. Trying to be honest and objective here. You guys know, and I've had trust issues with this team all season. That obviously has not changed in the situation that we are in right now. Julian, what's going on, man? It really helps the Lakers. Yeah, it does help the Lakers. That's for sure. Mr. 81, what's good, my guy? Said Lakers season is over. What is the point of Vando and Wood coming back? Yeah, there's an argument to be made for that as well. Chow Lee, hello to you as well. Dante, what's going on, my brother? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. Happy to see you made it back to the city, my guy. I'm back at work now. I'm nervous. Back at work, back in New York City, man. Just having that length helps us tremendously, even if it's just to give us 10 minutes spell to our stars. Absolutely. I'm ripping through these comments, man. Still waiting for Ham's secret plan versus Joker. There isn't one, man. Hello, Chow Lee. My guy, Reg. What's going on, my brother? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you, man. For those who haven't already, make sure to head over there to the locker room. The locker room. Great content, great show there. Very, very, very entertaining, man. Funny channel over there. And I don't mean that like, I mean that it's funny. It's entertaining. And a lot of good basketball talk, but it's just a different lane. It's a different vibe, man. So, you don't want to hear the same type of stuff. You don't want to same topic, same thing. You know what I mean? Like that's out there. Reggie got his own kind of lane over there, man. Pull up to the locker room, man, and give him a subscribe with him, man. Salute you, brother. Thank you for tuning in, Reg. JSJ says, I bet Vando will guard Murdy already his first game back. He probably will. He said he was unplayable last year when he was healthy. He won't make a difference. Yeah, I touched on that. I don't believe he was healthy though, Reg. I remember that Dallas game. He got jacked up. He didn't seem right the rest of the way. But you know what? Maybe he was. You know, I mean, my point being, I really do feel. I get where you're coming from, but I really do feel like he turned a corner. Those last, I don't know, 7-8 games before he got hurt. If you really go back and watch those games, I went to a couple of those. I was in the building pretty close to the action there, and just seeing the explosion he had, getting his conditioning back, his explosiveness, his timing, He was getting some chemistry with that lineup. A lot of things were trending in the right direction when it came to Vando. I don't think we'll see that version of him the rest of the season, no matter what, because it just isn't going to be enough time. It took him a long time to get back into that mode when he came back last time. So I think it might be unfair for me to assume that he can step into that role right away. Oh man, 65-65 headed into the fourth here, man. It's gonna be a good fourth quarter, man. It's gonna be a good fourth quarter. Let's see. Angie says the good this is that Denver doesn't really play up tempo. So thank God we're not playing a team like Golden State. Yeah, I mean, I still think we could have beat Golden State. I think we could have. Denver was the only team I was looking at and like, okay, I just don't think we're gonna beat them, right? It was a bad matchup, especially in round one. I know a lot of people wanted them. They had a variety of reasons as to why. Get them while Bron and AD are fresh. I understand the argument, like I understand people's point, but I still didn't want it. You know what I mean? Not going to duck it. Like you're not going to duck that Pelicans game to avoid them. But I would have preferred someone else in that first round because yes, it is best to get them when Bron and AD is fresher. But Denver is also fresh too. And to be honest, the Lakers weren't really fresh. They've been in playoff mode for the last month. So like I said, that's why I've just felt I would have much rather got them in round 2 or 3 when you can work Gabe, Wood, and Vando back in, get them some reps, get them a little bit more ready. I would have felt a lot more confident facing them in round 2 or round 3 versus round 1 and get out of there early. So still definitely feel that, man. Bridges says, Reggie, Rui has been unplayable. Also, at least Vando gives you defense, rebounds, and energy. Rui's struggled, especially in game 2. So I definitely see where you're coming from there. But again, Rui has made a name for himself in these playoffs. You just felt at some point, at least offensively, he was going to get going. But it almost seems, Bridges, at least to me, is whoever they start to put on Joker for any type of time seems to really fall apart offensively and struggle. AD had such a magical, maybe like 3 quarters yesterday. No, excuse me, 2.5 quarters yesterday, and then just completely disappeared, right? And that's exactly why they came back. I feel like if AD just gets 40, and I know we lost by 1, so obviously, if he gets 8 more points and not. But what I'm saying is, I feel like that run isn't as successful. If AD didn't need a full four quarters. We needed more than 2.5. He was dominating for 2.5 quarters. Like if AD would have gave us just like 3 quarters, 3.25 quarters, we win that game, right? But he's getting gassed out there. You got altitude. You're trying to check Joker. You're trying to get your points. He had a great performance for about 3.25 quarters. After that, he just 2.5 quarters. After that, he kind of he got the 32 points really early in the second half, and then we just really didn't hear from him again, right? Didn't hear from him again, and we had all the things go. Where Anthony Davis was dominant. Bron scored north of 25. D'Lo was hitting. He was making some shots. Just Rui disappeared. The bench was hot garbage. Austin Reeves just, is not, lived up to what we need from him as a starting 2 guard in this series. And, you had D'Lo struggle game 1. Austin is not going at all in this series yet. Rui struggling. You have no real other bigs there to help AD. Jackson Hayes is just, he's a big in height, but that's about it. He doesn't help you against this Denver team. Taurean Prince, I felt did okay, but it's asking too much for him to bail you out. Gabe and Spence were pretty much non-existent, and so I don't know. Maybe just the addition of Vando and Wood. Maybe just mentality, a little bit more length out there. As Angie said, Vando being able to guard multiple positions. And, when they go to that 2-man lineup, Vando's a good piece there. But I do get, everyone's concerned when they said he was unplayable towards the end of last season. I just felt like Vando was turning a corner this season. Again, sorry, I keep having to hit this mute to this cough is giving me some problems tonight. What is wrong with Cam? Cam just doesn't seem like he's been right the last 2 months, Angie. And it just, I feel like every time they get him out there and they try to get him going again, and he just ramps up and it just goes backwards. And that's what I was worried about with Vando and even Gabe. When you get into that ramp up process, things can go wrong and then you're out, for another 1 to 2 weeks. But even Cam coming back, at that point, how many minutes is he going to get and how much is he going to really help right at that point? So that's when things get tough. And we have a lot of guys, and the guys that we really were going to be counting on in this series. Like when you think about it, Vando, Gabe, Christian Wood, Christian Wood and Gabe were two of our biggest additions in the offseason, right? Gabe out all season. Wood's been out a while. Gabe isn't all the way back right. Wood is still out. And those were two pieces that were added with Denver in mind, along with Taurean Prince. And not have two of those three players for big chunks of the season and have not either one of them right or even in uniform for this series is detrimental to this team. Add that on top of not having Vando. So, those are things that come back to haunt you in a series like this. You really, really need those guys in this series, man. Juan, what's going on, sir? He says, what's Empire? Yeah, man, Vando was too late and Wood as well. Plus Darvin Scam wouldn't play them anyways. They are too tall. Well, yeah, I mean, I think he'd play Vando. Christian Wood, who knows? We've seen where he was in and out of the lineup this season. Hanson, what's good, my guy? That Wolves defense is nice. And I think that team is really designed and built around to give Denver some issues. You notice that Denver said that they played them the toughest last season in the playoffs. Ant's only gotten better. Their defense has gotten great. That chemistry is building there. And they have a chance against Denver. I believe that. I think they have a chance against them. I think there's a couple teams, the Mavs, to me, the Mavs are like the biggest wild card in these playoffs because you get Luka and Kyrie going dummy and they can outscore you, right? And so they're a wild card here. They're struggling with the Clippers right now. I mean, they can still win this game, but I'm saying like 68-67. But what I'm saying is Dallas is unorthodox, man, and you don't really know because there's no real defense that's gonna that Denver's going to play. It's going to take away Luka, and you got Luka out there, and Murray has a counterpart that he has to worry about, and that's going to be a totally different situation there for him, man. FOE, what's going on, sir? Man, he said, "What up, Jeff? You think we can win these next two games, or are we def losing this series in 5?" I'll tell you this: I've seen nothing to inspire any type of confidence to let me to believe that they're going to win these next two games. I've seen nothing. Now, I want them to. I'm hoping they do, but I've seen nothing from this Los Angeles Laker team that tells me that they're capable of winning these two games, let alone 4 out of 5. I hope I am wrong, and I hope that Thursday, they start a trend that starts leading to some wins in this series and applies some pressure to Denver. Just for the simple fact that if you have to face them again next year, you've put in their mind that you can beat them. But again, I'm going to keep coming back to this, expecting this team to beat a team they've lost to 10 straight times, expecting them to beat them 4 out of the next 5 games would be a little bit delusional. It would have to take Norman Powell. It would have to be a little bit of a miracle, man. And I know people, got the mentality. They just mentally never give up till it's over. And I'm talking about players. I'm talking about fan bases. Like there are fans who think when a team is down 3-0 in a series that they can come back. They think they're going to be the first team in history to do it. Never happens, right? And got the closest to seeing it last year, the Celtics and Heat, but there's those fans. There's a certain fan base that just parts of a fan base who just will never admit that it's not good and the end is near. And even when it is over and done, they got a million excuses, right? The reality is this Denver team is better than the Lakers. I've been saying that for months. I'm saying it again now. The team is better. Can you beat a team that's better than you? You can, but not when you spot them 2-0. It's even tougher. So if you catch them slipping, you sneak up on them, obviously make it tougher for them, easier for yourself. But outside of that, oh man, Harden just almost lost the ball, goes back to himself. Let me see what Norm Powell is going to. Man, he almost did that. But like I said, man, you got to catch them slipping. You can't just go down 0-2 to a team that's beat you 10 straight times and have anyone have any type of confidence in you, man. What's going on, Bloodhound? Appreciate you, brother. Sneakerhead from LA. What's good, my guy? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Hit that like button for the W on Thursday. There we go. Absolutely. If you have not done so already, please drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Truly goes a long way to help the channel. So I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed to the channel and dropped a like on the video. Also, make sure to check out my playback channel over on playback.tv/EmpireJeffTV. And go ahead and become a member over there and catch us when we live stream the games over there. You get to watch the games with us for free on playback. You get to watch the game on the screen the same time we're watching as we break down the game. So it's a dope place to be. Pull up to our playback. And also, if you do your shopping, if you buy any of your sports memorabilia, any of your gear, any of your jerseys, hoodies, whatever it is you buy, and you shop from Fanatics, make sure to use our Fanatic links. The good people at Fanatics has partnered with the channel here. So anytime you make a purchase, a portion of that order gets contributed to the channel, and it truly does help out the channel. So I'd appreciate it. All the links that I'm talking about is in the description of this video. So go hit those up, our playback, our Fanatics link. And like I said, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate y'all, man. Julia, salute, my guy. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Locker Room is crazy, entertaining, amazing show. Yeah, Reg is great, man. I think I've told you this story like multiple times, man. I wasn't a really big YouTube guy in general. Like I wasn't really on YouTube like that, you know. I would watch like tutorials for work, you know, for my career or something like that. Maybe some Sports Center highlights, you know, when they would post a link on Twitter or something. But never really did. And then I got COVID in the summer. And first time I got it, and I was literally in a room for like 10 days. So, you know, I started with Sports Center highlights, and then it kind of starts recommending other things. And obviously I'd seen Dan before prior to that, Lakers in 5 and stuff like that. So, you know, started like pointing me to other channels. And I was going around like, okay, these are cool. These are cool. These are cool. You know, this is similar to this. This is similar to that. And then I found Reg's channel in the Locker Room. And it was, and it just, I was like, wow, this incredible show. So like Reg's show literally like helped me get through COVID when I was sitting in a room by myself for like 10 days. Like I was on house arrest because I didn't want to be around my wife because she hadn't got it yet and didn't want to get her sick. And so I was literally in the room there, and I was, you know, I listened to Reg every night, and other guys too. And then like got to the point like, hey, like I think I could do this, you know. Started putting it up on panels, and the guys like, you should have your own show. And then one thing to another, here I am. So it's like that's why I was shout out Reg. I always support Reg because you know, he's one of the guys that inspired me to do this because I still listen to his show every night. So shout out to Reg, that's my guy over there, man. And like I said, make sure to go pull up on Locker Room there and subscribe to the channel, man. Incredible content, man. Appreciate you, Reg. Let's see. Bridget says, can't just give up. You never know what happens. Got to give it your best. Injury, suspension, sudden breakouts, or slumps. Yeah, hope it's low, but you never know. No, Bridges, I'm with you. You never give up. My thing is, I'm so just frustrated with this team this year, Bridges. I think when you start covering a team, like when you're just in your living room chilling, you're at the bar, you pull up on a homie's crib, you're watching games, okay, get that. But when you have to sit through this and cover it, and around December, I started feeling like this team is just ain't it, man. Like I lost trust in this team before 2024 hit. And every time they got anywhere near getting some more trust from me, they just did something stupid to set it back even further, right? And so that's kind of where I've been with them ever since then. And last night's game, and you can ask Young Africa and anyone who was on playback yesterday, even when we were up 20, I kept saying, this is not safe, y'all. This game, this lead is not safe. I still do not feel comfortable about this game. And when Jamal Murray left his feet to take that shot, in my mind, I'm like, that's going in. It just has to, because the way this matchup has worked, the way this rivalry has gone the last 10 games, it just made sense that shot was going to go in. It made sense that they were going to come back. It was right on script. We've seen this movie before. We know the ending. And that lead never felt safe to me last night. So in my heart of hearts, I wasn't too upset because I just felt it was coming. I would have been surprised if we won it yesterday, to be honest with you. So that's why I wasn't really as upset as most people, is because I was like, yeah, I figured. You know what I mean? Because I just don't trust this team. I'm a diehard Laker fan. I love the Lakers, man. But I know my team. And they've done nothing to show me or anyone, especially Denver, that they're capable of beating them the last 10 games. And that's a problem. You know, and you let Denver smell some blood, and they're like sharks out there against them, man. And that's dude just got clocked by Russ. But that's why I just kind of anticipated it. I was hoping I was wrong. I was praying I was wrong. I wanted that win yesterday. I wanted that win in game 1. I want to win game 3, 4, and 5. I win the next 4. Like, I want all that. But what we want and what we can actually get are two separate things. And this team is just, like I said, you know me. Y'all know me, man. I've been saying for how long? What's my saying, man? I have trust issues with this team, man. I still do. Ron Tom, what's up, my guy? What up, Jeff? That ish broke my heart last night. Had to get a new phone. Oh man, sorry to hear that, man. Phones are not cheap today, man. But yeah, man, it sucks. It sucks. I was walking around, I was walking around at work today. Amount of people that told me they lost sleep. Amount of people told me to listen to my show last night and kind of calm them down a little bit. But the amount of people that I saw or talked to today or came across that was like literally depressed. Literally depressed. I don't think I've seen, like, I remember when we lost, so like when the Dodgers lost in 2017, I remember the city. I remember just Dodger fans just being in shambles after that game 7. I remember that. I remember the whole night because that game was over in like 12 minutes, right? And I remember what the city was like when the Dodgers lost in 2017. I remember what the city was like when the Lakers lost in 2008. Like, I remember what it was like. But I think that that 2006 loss to Phoenix when Tim Thomas hit that 3, when they couldn't secure the rebound, like it felt similar to that last night, because obviously losing the final stings. Obviously the Dodgers losing in the World Series kills, right? But what I'm saying is this team is more kind of comparable to that 2006 team. They were, if my mind, I think they were the 6th or 7th seed that year. And same kind of scenario. They lose game 1, they win game 2, which the Lakers had a chance to do last night. Then they come back and they win games 3 and 4. They go back, they lose in Phoenix, and then they lose game 6 on that Tim Thomas shot in a game they had. And the rest was history there, right? And that's what last night felt like. If the Lakers get that win last night, it changes everything, because now not only does Denver know that you can beat them, but they know you can beat them on their floor, and you also had a chance in game 1. It's a different confidence them coming into LA than it is right now. And the Lakers just could not secure that. And here we are. Here we are. Lewis says Ham needs to go. He does. He should have been gone already. Like I said, for a plethora of reasons, he should be gone already. But he's not. And I'm not entirely sure that he's going to be after the season. I have no idea. I felt that if they went out in the first round, that he'd be gone. Now I'm not so sure. I felt that they got to the second round and competed in that round, he'd probably stay. Now I have no idea. There's conflicting reports out there. I can't get any type of confirmation from my people. So I have no idea. But it would be the most Laker stuff ever if they get swept here in the first round after going to the Western Luka Doncic, man. Bang! 76-73 Dallas. Luka cooking, man. Like, if you get swept in round 1 after getting swept in the Western Conference Finals last year, typically that means your services are no longer required. But as I've often said, I don't believe the Lakers want to pay a coach for doing nothing. And they're definitely not going to be paying Ham and then overpay for another coach to get them to come in. They're just not going to do it. So going to have to wait and see. I have no idea how that's going to end right now. Micah says, I think Dallas would be much better with an AD than a Kyrie, or if they had a solid bid like Naz Reid. Yeah, or if they had them with those two, right? Yeah, that'd be nasty. But yeah, but what makes them a wild card, though, is having those two. Both of those can get 40 or 50 at any given time. They can just completely muck up a series there. Rui ain't on ish out there. He definitely isn't right now. That's a fact. Ron, let's see. I love Rui, but the way he's played, he can't be getting 30-plus minutes till he comes back to what we know he can be. Also, he has no business guarding Jokic, way undersized. Agreed. Lakers 1973. What's up, my guy? Said Jeff, search, chat, salute. I almost died last night. Couldn't believe that crap, man. Yeah, we're all there with you, man. We're all there with you. Crazy how you could see it coming so much. It didn't even really hurt seeing Jamal's shot drop because you expected it. Yeah, if you guys were with me on playback, you heard me. You heard me. I guarantee you every other channel was probably on the verge of breaking their monitors, and they should have been, right? You guys saw me. I didn't even blink. You know what I mean? You heard me. You saw me. You saw me. Like, no reaction, pretty much. Like, oh, you made it. Of course. Of course. Like, that was basically my reaction. I knew it, man. I knew it. I just knew it. I've been getting a bad rap of late. Been called in like, you're not a real fan. I'm objective, man. I'm serious. I'm trying to cover the sport. Not trying to be a homer. I love my team. Everyone knows I'm a Laker fan. And this whole channel, look at my colors, look at my theme, look at everything. It's pretty evident I am a Los Angeles Laker fan. but I know my team. I know my team, and I'm realistic when it comes to my team. I don't have blind belief in my team. Like you got to earn that trust and respect from me. I've been through the trenches. I've been I've been there. I've been I've lived and breathed purple and gold since they lost to Jordan in the finals in '91. You know what I mean? I've paid my dues, man. I've been in the trenches. I got Lakers stripes. So at the end of the day, I've earned the right to be able to speak on what I think of my team. And plus, it's my channel. You know what I mean? So my channel, your guys' community. So at the same time, as I respect everyone else's opinions, I just ask the same, right? So when I had people coming up going crazy, because I openly said, and I still say, that Denver was a bad matchup for us in round one, now you guys are starting to see what I was talking about. And there's no excuses that takes away from the fact that still being true. You don't want a team that's clear-cut better than you in round one. Just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Let me see. Everybody talking to each other. My business here. Feels like some misutilized players are going to be moved and ball out for other teams. Wish we had a healthy season. I could have seen more lineups. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Hanson. That's true. That's true, man. They can't save us. I'm with you, man. Let's see. Everyone said after game one that if D'Lo was on one, we would have won. Denver debunked that ish quick. Yeah, they did, because you know what it was? It was like you had AD going. No, you had D'Lo and AD going, and you had AD and D'Lo kind of disappeared. Then you had Braun going. That's a problem when you look at a stat sheet, right? If someone didn't watch that game, they would look at the stat sheet and they figured, like, what happened? Now you could still watch that game and be like, what happened? But those three were never clicking at the same time. So you had big three numbers, quote unquote, last night, but that they were never, and I'm not calling them a big three. I'm just saying they put up big three numbers. But the problem was they weren't all cooking at the same time. And when that happens is you don't have any type of rhythm out there. And when AD went to the bench, Braun went into ISO hero mode, which he's been able to be successful. Kyrie drains a 3, 79-73 Dallas. 6 minutes to go in the fourth. Braun has won championships playing that way. Braun has won MVPs playing that way. Braun is the leading scorer in the history of the game. A lot of his career playing that way. But LeBron at 39 it's a real tough task for him to pull that off. It really, really is. And especially when he's tired, doesn't have the legs at the end of the game. He made an incredible and one. He made another three prior to that. But I don't know if you guys noticed this, but last night during the game, when he was going to the left, he was not using his left hand like he normally does. He was using his right hand. He was contouring his body almost to a 180-degree angle and backhanding his layups, and he was missing a lot of them. I feel like something was wrong with his hand. If you go back and watch, he was jumping off the wrong foot. He was twisting his body. Like I said, something was off. It was off. And to the average fan, the untrained eye, to someone who doesn't spot stuff like that. But if you go back and watch that, and you watch how LeBron usually gets his layups going to his left, he wasn't doing that yesterday. So something was off. So knowing that makes that shot even worse at the end of the game, right? So while he's more than capable of making that shot, taking that with 11 seconds left on the shot clock, knowing that if you miss, you give Denver a lifetime to get the shot off that they want, that's where things become problematic, and that's what happened. If they get that ball back, with less than 6 seconds left in the game, Jamal Murray doesn't have a chance to get that shot off. Now, they did have a timeout that they could have used to set up an out of bounds play, right? OTO. So, but they still had that. So we can't act like that wasn't a tool they could have used. And the Lakers are terrible out of timeouts. Kyrie stops on a dime with a right-handed floater. 81-73 Dallas. 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the fourth. Still time for the Clippers to get back in this, but Dallas is starting to heat up a little bit here as Paul George works on Luka Doncic, gives it into Harden, off to the top left wing, Russ for three. Ooh, he made it. Look at Russ. Let's see. Zachary, what's going on, sir? Said, what's good, Jeff? Is not going to win this. We have to play perfect basketball against the Lakers. They don't have the size. Yeah, the Lakers. A lot of people, we said that was the best game the Lakers have played against Denver, but they did not play a perfect game. Obviously, the fourth quarter was disastrous. That was not a perfect game, but it felt like that they reached their peak against Denver in that game. Oh, man. Dallas with another 3, 84-86, 4.5 to go in the fourth. The Lakers kind of reached their peak against Denver in yesterday's game, but then they fell off that peak and they fell face forward on the ground. And it sucks to see. Truly does suck to see. But like I said, I didn't even nudge, man. Just felt it was coming the entire time. And I absolutely hate to say that, but I did say it on the stream last night. So I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, Luka from deep. He almost, man, he took that from the A in the logo. 84-76, 4 minutes to go in the game, man. Dallas in control here. Clippers are looking to make a late push here as Kawhi gets roped up there. Let's see. Clippers are alive. Yeah, Micah, they're alive. They're alive right now. I can't see paying Braun $50 million at 40, and we can't beat Denver. It's going to be an interesting topic in the offseason. It's going to be interesting to see what the Lakers do. Does he opt out? Does he opt out and sign a 2-year deal? Does he opt in and sign an extension in August? Kawhi misses a free throw. I think regardless of whether he opts in or opts out, he's going to be a Laker next year. He's not retiring. I don't believe that for a second. He has at least $50 million coming to him next season. There's no way he opts out unless he discusses with the Lakers what a 2-year deal or even a 3rd year, maybe a team option, what something looks like to guarantee he gets at least that 50 back plus more on top of that. So he's playing next year and he's playing for the Lakers next year. It just matters what the deal looks like. Is Luke on the bench? Is that timeout? Okay. Just determines what the deal is. He will be back in the league and he will be a Laker next year. I have zero doubt of this. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So be it. But I have zero doubt of this. It just comes down, is he opting in for 50 and then he's unrestricted the following summer? Or does he opt out, sign a 2-year, 3-year, whatever? Or does he opt in and sign an extension? That's the only semantics that's going to happen there. And then that's it. Hey, Patrick, thanks for tuning in, sir. Appreciate you, bro. Don't want to be pessimistic, but Vando can't change anything that much, but I do believe in a miracle. Yeah, I mean, it'd be really hard to expect too much from him the time he's had off. Dante says, facts, Jeff, tell him your origin story. That's it, man. That's it, man. Tell you, but that's always pay it forward, man. I always give credit to those who inspired me, because for those who actually like listening to me, or those who who like coming around the channel and spending time over here, this channel wouldn't exist for guys like that, So I'm always thanking and paying respects to them, because like I said, I would not have a channel if it wasn't for those guys I mentioned. They inspired me to do it. A lot of guys gave me confidence to do it going on their panels. And so, like I said, shout out to them, because without them, this channel would not exist. And this community we have wouldn't exist either. Patrick says, Jeff, as someone who coach, how do you help someone who struggles like Rui? Someone like Rui, you just got to, that's where you're kind of in that gray area. If he's a guy that's going to need minutes to get going, he's going to have to find his rhythm. He's an offensive guy. So you've got to continue to build him up. As a coach, I would draw plays specifically for him to get him comfortable in his spots, getting the ball where he likes to get it, to where he can get his shots that he's most comfortable in. And once he sees one or two of those shots go in, someone like Rui can get going. Paul George just got pork chopped, and there was no foul call there. 1 second here. Luka dribbling up top against PG, looking like he's going to his left there. Fades, pulls up. Oh, he almost banked that in. Dallas gets the rebound, tipped out to Kyrie for 3. Running some clock there. Kyrie with the ball here with about 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Kyrie over there dancing on Russ. Floater over Russ. Oh, man. Dallas is crashing everything. Clippers get the rebound here. 3.5 left, 84-77. That was a big stop for the Clippers there. But that's what I would do. I've had players that were great players that I coached that struggled. And like I said, all you got to, good take by Paul George. 84-79. You have to do your work to get them in their spots and get their confidence up. You talk to your point guards. You talk to your other leaders out there on the team, and you make it a point of emphasis. Like, look, we can't win without him getting going. You can get yours whenever you want. You can get your shots whenever you want. You can get your buckets whenever you want. You got the green light. It's your job to help build confidence up in your guys and get them going. Get Rui in his spots, get him in some action, get him involved, and get him going. Oh, man, did it? 24-second violation. Dallas round down the clock there, 84-79, 2:50 to go. Dallas, 2 bad possessions there. Braun improved his shooting. Do you see some improvements in Vando's shooting form? I did the final 7 or 8 games leading up to his injury. I really, really did. I'm telling you, if you go back and you watch some of those games or just some highlights of Vando in that stretch, He's a completely different basketball player. He was turning a corner. I promise you this, man. He was finding a groove. Oh man, Zoo with a dunk, 84-81. Come on, Dallas, man, get your stuff together here, man. But if you really go back and watch him play in that stretch, you will see a guy who was playing confident, who was playing free, who was making shots, who was, like I said, thriving in the dunker spot. His defense was becoming elite, and the Lakers were playing well. And then, like I said, that I know Reeves got a lot of credit in that Boston game for his offense, but a lot of his, Luke almost got picked by Paul George. Oh, kick out there. Is that Maxey for three? Bang! 87-81 Dallas. 2 minutes to go in the fourth. But like when you see that game, you go back and watch it. I know that Austin was getting a lot of credit for his offense. But Vando was just a special player out there on defense, man. And a lot of those buckets they were getting were off of the pressure and the when he was pressing the ball and causing those turnovers against Boston. Boston was shell-shocked. They had no idea what to do. He was totally taking them apart on defense, and Austin was cooking them on offense. And when I saw Vando do that fake dribble handoff, then dribble to the lane, finish with the and one, I was like, okay, this is a different player right now. He's stepping into a rhythm. Speaking of stepping into a Luka Doncic, 3 in Harden's eyes, screaming at courtside to the Clippers fan base. And Dallas gonna get this win, y'all. 90-81. Shout out to the Mavs, y'all. Clippers go clip, man. But hey, even if Dallas does pull this off, and it's looking like they will, the Clippers are capable of getting a win in that building. Dallas has got this is nothing new for these two teams in a series like this, man. Vegas Dev, salute to you, my guy. He says, salute, Jeff. I've been patient with him, but it's apparent at this point that we can't win with him at the helm. Nothing personal against him, but he's just not ready to be a head coach. That I agree with. I 100% agree with. I agree with that. Like I've said, he's got to go. It's like they should have got rid of him before. I've been patient with him too. My thing is not just the man, but just the toxicity around it. It's just too toxic keeping him around. You gotta get him out of there. Like it's just not. The disdain for this man is so great that just on that alone, you got to get him out of there. It's just too toxic. But salute to you, Vegas Dev, man. Thank you for pulling up, for your continued support, and as always, thank you for being a member, brother. I appreciate you greatly. No more rookie head coaches. Facts, man. Jay Moore TV, what's up, my guy? Yeah, I said that too. I know even when we was up 20, like Kobe said, when you up like that, you have to put them away and knock their ass out. That's a fact. That's a fact. You got to knock them out, especially a champion, Jay Moore. Especially a champion. Like a champion don't scare. They don't scare. Especially a team that had beat you 9 straight times. They knew you were gonna have. They knew that if they just applied some pressure, they knew that if they made you sweat a little bit, that you were probably gonna fold there. And they did. And like I said, the most disappointing thing in it, just like you said, Jay Moore, Harden for 3 here. He hits it back to a 6-point game here with $1:20 left. The Clippers still in this game. And that right there is probably the saddest part, Jay Moore, is you, like I, weren't even surprised. Matter of fact, I knew it was coming. So, and those who watched the playback can verify that. I got next to no response when it happened. I was like, oh, he made it. like, because I just knew it was coming. I just knew it. Snow Wolf, what's going on? At least y'all can always cheer for the Clippers. We only have one team in Denver. Nah, man, that's how you know LA. You don't really know LA then, because we do not chill for the Clippers if we're a Laker fan. I mean, honestly, like, obviously I'm a diehard Laker fan. I watched a lot of Knicks games, so I'm rooting for the Knicks on the East Coast. But if it's not the Lakers in the West, I really like. Go get it, Luka. Go get it, man. It's probably what this cough, man. It's probably Luka, Kyrie. Go get it, man. Here comes Kyrie, floater, middle of the lane, pull up. Oh, he missed it. Oh, tip it. Here comes the Clippers. Oh man, Kawhi almost coughed that up. 90-84, 50 seconds left. Paul George looking to get a step back here. He's looking to get a bucket up. I'll pass to Zoo under. Oh, Zoo gets the dunk. 90-86. Huge possession coming up here for Dallas, man. Huge possession here. Satro said, yo, Jeff, chat, my brother. Sir, what's going on, sir? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you here. Trying to catch this end of this game here real quick. Let's see here. Dallas got the ball here. Kyrie with the ball. Gives it up here. Luka got to touch the basketball here, y'all. Give the ball to Luka. Being guarded by Russ. Give him the ball. That's a foul there. Paul George fouls. He's going to the free throw line. Yeah, that's why Luka's throwing a fit. Like, get the ball out of his hands. Give me the ball. But now he's going to have to Step up and hit some free throws there. And Luka's over there skipping like, man, why don't you give me the ball? So here we go. 2 free throws coming to the Mavs. 34.3 seconds to go. Dallas leads 90-86 in a series where the Clippers lead 1-0. PJ Washington at the free throw line shoots 50%, man. Makes the first, man. 91-86. Big first free throw there. That's the tough one, man. That's the tough one. He needs one more to make it a 2-possession game here. 50% free thrower makes one. I'd say he's going to miss a second, but come on, man. Let's see what your clutch mentality is like here, man. You put it in here. Makes the second one, man. 92-86, 2-possession game. Here comes Russ pushing the ball. 32 seconds left to go in the game. Guarded by Curry. Goes around. Oh, man, that was a drag out there. Paul George goes to pull up from 3. They called a foul on the, what do they call? Sweep through? On the floor. But are they out of fouls? So the both in bonus. So it's going to be 2 free throws coming to Paul George. He's not going to get 3 free throws. Because, yeah, he definitely did the sweep through there. It was on the floor, yeah. And that was a nice play, man. He faked the screen right there, flipped it to a drag, and popped out. If he would have got separation, Paul George has a great chance of making that 3. 27 seconds left. All right, let's get to some of these real quick. Gilbert, what's going on, sir? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you as well, man. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being a member as well. Always appreciate you. Thank you. Hanson says, yeah, we were talking about potentially missing the playoffs a month ago. That isn't surprising, but a buzzer beater shot after leading the whole game. This Laker team found a way to make this painful. The Lakers always make things extra, man. It's always extra dramatic. It's always extra. The word Lakers just always comes with the word extra. 92-87, Paul George makes the first. Paul George makes the second. It is 92-88, 4-point game, 27.4 here. So it's going to be more than likely after this possession a free throw game if Dallas can get a shot off here without catching a foul. Get rid of that ball, PJ. There you go. Ooh. Oh, man, Johnson. No, that's not Johnson. That's because he knows that guy. Go to the free throw line here. Man, they tried to foul. Does he shoot from the line? (92-88), 21.9 to go in the fourth here for Derrick Jones Jr., 9 points. Misses the first, 92-88 still. But yeah, I feel you, Hanson, man. We were definitely talking about the missing the playoffs a month ago, man. Fabio, what's going on, sir? If you could fast forward to the offseason, what's one move the Lakers could do that would match them up? Shadowy Denver. Second big. But the problem is it's going to be hard to get that second, that difference making second big with being able to keep wings and shooters. That's the thing. You got to pick your poison in this league. And what made the Lakers able to beat all the other teams was the wing depth and the shooting. But they're getting the big, just a big shot there, free throw. 93-88 here. Getting that second big just to face Denver, taking away pieces from the team that you need to beat all the rest of the other teams in the league. Like when you think about it, that shooting and those wings allowed them to have winning records against OKC, the Clippers, and Phoenix, right? Those are all teams you could potentially face in the first round. Getting that big just for Joker is important, but if you take away those other pieces that you need to beat the rest of the league, then maybe you're not even in a position to face Denver in the playoffs. And that's a problem. And you got your top guy who's 39 making over 50 million. Second guy in what AD is going to be making. It's really hard to add all of those parts to have that second legit big. You're not going to get a guy at the minimum that what you need, right? That second legit big, those wing defenders, those shooters, like those things are really hard to have all of them if you don't draft them all yourself. So it's really tough. Ham has not improved or changed strategies as of yet. Yeah, he has not shown growth. He's had times, like I said, I'm not as he's a second year head coach and he looks like it. I'm not as, I don't hate the guy as much as most of YouTube and Laker Nation does. But again, he is out there looking like a second year head coach, like he is. And as a result of that, the Lakers are paying the price for that. So it's going to continue to be the case. We need a Euro big man ASAP this offseason. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Just get a big guy in the draft. A guy that can get out there and just play defense. You don't need much after him. You don't need much out of him. Just a big guy that can use his size. Doesn't have to be crazy athletic. You just need a bruising big. Like Edie would be crazy if they can get someone that size. Here goes the ball in bounds here. 93-88. about 22 seconds left in the game here. Clippers going to run an out-of-bounds play here. You got Paul George in the corner, Terrence Mann in the other corner. You got James Harden taking the ball out. Kawhi in the box, get a screen from Norman Powell. Ball should come in. They're looking probably for Kawhi as he goes directly to the basket. Gets an and one. Beautiful play ran there, man. Fakes going up top. Cuts back door. 93-90. 20 and a half seconds left. That was way too easy. How do you fall asleep there, Kyrie Irving, man? Come on, man. Come on. Clear foul. Hits him on the arm. But how does no one help there? Like, my God. How do you not, like, man, Derek Jones, what do you, oh my God, that's no one paying attention there. Jesus. Okay, this guy at the airport was so shocked, and I was too. I said this lead is not enough. Yeah, like I said, I didn't even rattle, man. I didn't even rattle, Dante. I thought the planets aligned and we finally had to win, and we lost again. Yeah, man, the curse continues, JSJ. What's the best course of action for next season, Jeff? We are at a crossroad with this Bron chapter. That's the problem. I don't know. Until I know, until we know and have a clear understanding of what the Lakers and Bron are going to work out, until we know what that is, because we don't know yet. Until we know what that is, we won't know anything. Because does Bron shock the world and opt out and take a pay cut? I say no. I say no. Right now, I say no. I don't see a world where he opts out of $50 million and takes like 30 or 25. Now, that's not enough for them to go out and get a star player, but it does help with the luxury tax, right? So maybe they can fire Ham and go overpay for a head coach, right? Because if Bron is going to sacrifice 15 to 20 mil, and again, I'm not saying he's going to, but if he does, then you can then not worry necessarily about what you're paying Darvin if you fire him, or what you have to pay that next head coach, because you just saved yourself 15 to 20 million next year. Go use that towards the next head coach. So if you got to pay a guy 8 to 10 million, it doesn't hit as bad because LeBron just gave you 20 million back. Now, I'm not saying that is going to happen, nor do I think it's likely to happen. But what I'm saying is if I'm the Lakers, I approach Bron like, look, how do we figure this out where we keep you? We maybe get your son, but we can get that head coach that we need. And you know, pay Darvin what we owe him for the final 2 years of his deal, and then pay this incoming head coach the money or the money to attract a top tier head coach to have the money to do so. And maybe even an executive. Like, I mean, maybe they really go spending, right? And what did they? What just happened? Hold on one second. Okay, so I didn't hear what happened, but he's still going to the free throw line, looks like. So hold on. What happened here? Are they going to the free throw line? Oh no, it's Dallas's ball. What? Did they have one of those marginal things like they have the Lakers yesterday? But they gave him the basket. Oh, because he made it. So the basket counts no and one. Okay. I can't hear audio right now. So, Luka. Oh my God, how did he get that pass away to Kyrie? Kyrie, you got to hold the ball, man. You got to get to that free throw line. There you go. Holy, did y'all see that? How did Luka get that ball through without traveling or throwing it away? Holy man, that was crazy. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with it. If you can get Bron to take that pay cut, and I don't know if he will, I don't think he will, but if you can get Bron, oh man, Terrence Mann, if you were paying attention just a half a second earlier, you get that basketball. Russ is lit. So if he gets him to do that, you can put that money towards a coaching staff or towards an executive and towards a way that can really help this team make a leap next year with some of the trades they can make with their draft picks and some of the salaries they can move out. That's the best of all situations. One, you have more money to spend, saving money on the luxury tax, and plus what you're paying Bron, could put that back in the team, be a head coach, and what you're paying Darvin to go away. And maybe you get lucky and Darvin goes somewhere as an assistant because the money they pay him then deducts from what you owe him. So hopefully, Bron will do that. I'm just not convinced that he will there, Ronton. Why can't we be up 20 with 5 to go? Yeah, right. No, they peaked too early in that game. Kyrie missed one. Dallas gets the rebound. Oh, this game's over. There you go. They fouled Kyrie with 7 seconds left as Harden falls over Kyrie there. Some extraness. 94-90, 7.2 seconds left. Barring a miracle, Dallas is going to win this game here, man. Jeff sounds like the type to get drunk at the wedding singing It's So Hard by Big Pun and Don. Hey, that is me, man. Darnell Jones. That is me. That is me. That is actually, matter of fact, I did that this weekend. I was at a wedding this weekend. Not that exact song, but pretty much that genre. I'm the guy that, I was kind of got to control the playlist there for a little bit. But yeah, but for sure, definitely. That is absolutely me. Absolutely me. Jeff, have you ever coached an athletic high basketball IQ like Bron before? How do you tell a player like that to stop doing hero ball? So I coached a kid when I was younger, and he was a man child, but he didn't have the full overall skill, obviously, as LeBron. Like the size, the dribble, obviously Bron couldn't shoot out the gate. Hold on here. Don't touch this guy on the shot here. Paul George puts up a 3, makes it at the buzzer. Dallas wins 96-93. To tie the game at 1. So we got to hit him with a little. Damn. One time, man, they won game 1. We couldn't hit him with it. We had to hit him with it here in game 2, man. So shout out to the Dallas Mavericks. Shout out to my guys over at We Talk Mavs over there, man, for putting in that work over there. They're about to be lit over there in their post game, man. So shout out to you guys, man. Good win for y'all. 1-1. We got Indy winning 1 on the road. Dallas 1 on the road. Now we got some series that got some splits here. So that's what's up, man. I took Dallas in this series. I took Indy over Milwaukee in that series. I took Orlando over Cleveland, and right now that ain't looking too good for me right now. But so far those were my 3 upsets in round 1. And 2 to 3 are on par. So we'll see how this goes, man. Back to that. So I had a kid that was really just a man child. He was dunking towards the end of elementary school, and it was really hard to get him to, like, he would get the ball, he could just run from end to end, no one can hold him. But when we started playing tougher competition and more skilled players, had to reel him in there and really try to turn him into a defender, which would be his best attribute, because that's where he could really excel at. So I had to work with him. Luckily, I knew the kid before coaching him. I knew the family. He bought into what I was doing and what I was trying to get him to do. He became the best defender in the league by far. And he'd get out there, he'd get those steals, he'd run, he'd start dunking all over everyone. And he committed to it. Our team was very, very good as a result of it. And I had that kid from when he was in second grade all the way up through high school. So it's part of his development. So I've been there. I've also had guys that are extremely skilled and could take over games. And I didn't really have too many selfish players on my team. None of my long-term guys were selfish at all. Completely bought into the program, completely bought into the brotherhood and with each other. And didn't really have those type of problems. They pretty much made the right play most of the time. We bought some guys in from time to time that weren't long-term, came in later or didn't stay the whole time. And, their game was different and they wanted to go be a star somewhere. Didn't want to be part of a team situation. And, to each their own, right? I had stars on my team who starred, but also was part of a team, team dynamic. And we won a whole lot of basketball games as a result of it, man. How do you make sure you keep a double-digit lead? So with keeping a double-digit lead, you got to stick to what helped you get it. Like a lot of teams I've seen, this always happened. When we played against teams that got up on us, especially early, I knew it because I could sense when a team was like, oh man, okay, let's not fumble this. Like when they were more worried about blowing the lead than extending the lead, I knew I had them, right? So same with my team on the other side of that. When my team was never focused on blowing a lead, my team was worried about not doubling the lead. So I used to tell my team, like, look, if you're up 20, like if you don't win, I expect a team to go on a run, right? Especially a good team. If you don't win by at least 12, then I'm treating practice the next day like we just lost, right? Because there's no reason. You're hitting on all cylinders. We're out rebounding them. We're out shooting them. We're hitting our free throws. Our traps are working. Our rotations are working. I got guys coming off the bench hot. This lead should go to 30, not 12, right? So I used to tell my guys, like, we're up 20 right now. If this gets to 12 or less, like, tomorrow's practice is being treated like a loss, right? And so you got to keep that focus. You got to stay razor sharp. You got to stay on top of that. You can't play to protect the lead. You can't be thinking about blowing the lead. You got to only focus on that point is, how do we extend this lead? And that was always my challenge to them. they'd come to the bench talking about that. They'd come to the bench, saying, okay, we're finding seams here. They're starting to trap on this side. My team communicated very well. They knew what I was seeing on the floor. We were together so long that, I was just basically there to just reinstall. And when they got tired, to hype them, things like that. But they already knew all my principles. They knew everything. And they knew. I used to hear them come back to the huddle. Hey man, we were just up 20, man. It's 15. Coach gonna run us through hell tomorrow if we don't get this lead back and exceed. We were up 20, we're only up 15 now. Like, we got to play like we're down 15. Let's go get it. And that's what it was. It wasn't just like talk to say it. It wasn't just like a cliche. Like, they meant it, right? And that's how you got to do it. You can't be out there trying to not blow the lead or worried about the comeback or feeling safe with it. Your only thought when you're up big is how to get up bigger. That's it. Even Vando would score more than the bench is scoring right now. I would play both Vando and win in game 3. Not playing would be woof. Yeah. What's up, Adam? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. An optimistic point. I fell in love with Showtime. Been a diehard ever since. We've seen miracles. We have seen miracles. That 2000 and what year was it? Was it 2004? Or was it, what year was it when the Lakers got down to the Spurs? I think it was 2004 when they got down to the Spurs 0-2, came home, won both games, then went and hit that crazy, the Derek Fisher shot, right? I believe in that series we were down 0-2. Or there was a year where we went down 0-2 to the Spurs and we came back and we won that series. It's not impossible. Again, I talked about this last night. In a vacuum, and this series is far from a vacuum. Let's be clear about that. In a vacuum, a team losing 2 on the road in the first 2 of a best of 7 series is not the end of the world, because now you come home, you have a chance to get your 2, feeling good, going back to steal a road game, right? That's in a vacuum. This series is far from a vacuum. This is a series in which a team has beaten the other team 10 straight times, including sweeping them last year in the playoffs. And the Lakers have played 2 solid games and lost both, including a soul-snatching buzzer beater last night. So this is not your typical series. This is not in a vacuum. This is different. This is a different scenario. They own the Lakers right now. So it's hard to look at this series like you would, Phoenix going back home, right? It's hard to look at it like that. It's hard to look at it like Philly going back home. It's just more difficult to look at it like that. To me, it feels like the Lakers being down 2-0 to Denver feels like they're down 3-0 to Denver. You feel me? So what happens when teams are down 3-0? Maybe they get a win. Maybe we want to travel. You know what I mean? So it's they're down 2-0. It feels like they're down 3-0. And they just got to get it together, man. Just got to get it together, man. Luka's phenomenal. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. If only Vando had offense. I'm telling you, if you go back and watch that stretch, you'll see he was doing it. That was a sick shot by Luka, man. Excuse me, guys. Smile, what's going on? This is LeBron's last season as a Laker. That I disagree with. I do believe he will be back. Luka is cooking. Kawhi looks bad. Kawhi don't look healthy, man. Vando's offense is picking up. He's able to score. He's just not a guy that should be shooting threes all the time. Then his offense opens up. Yep, facts, absolutely. I wish we hired Mark Jackson. I know he's very religious, but he's strict and firm. He knows how to control guys, and he has the high IQ. I'm not tripping on him being religious at all. I mean, that's not a bad thing at all. My thing with Mark Jackson is one, I'm only saying this because I think people kind of have revisionist history. like they remember a certain thing. But I'm telling you right now, Mark Jackson was not that great of a basketball coach. He really wasn't. If you asked anybody about Mark Jackson, no one can even tell you his style of play or coach or the sets he ran. Nothing. They just know the name. They know the situation. I'm not talking about you, King. I'm just saying in general, the narrative about him. And I'd be shocked if he ever ended up as a head coach in the NBA again, or almost at any level. I'd be shocked. I really would. I'm not saying that I personally don't want to see him back or that I'm against it. I'm only speaking on what I think is going to happen. I'm not here saying kick him out or keep him out. That's not me. I'm speaking on the situation, right? Same with Dwight, same with some of these guys. So I'm not taking the stance of don't let him come back. That's not what I'm doing. I'm only speaking on the odds of it happening, which I think are slim to none. I've talked to enough people who cover the Warriors, people who covered the Knicks, people who covered Indiana. I did a pretty good deep dive on this And yeah, I don't see it happening, man. I don't see it happening. And it's not, I don't personally have a problem with Mark Jackson. I'm not rooting against him. I'm not. When I talk about it, it's from a perspective of people who know a lot more than me, telling me there's no way in hell. And I'm like, okay. So, but even aside from that, this is not a guy that you're going to come in and is going to take you to a championship. It's not him. People mad Braun put up a Taco Bell commercial on his IG, but what's being nervous and twiddling your thumbs going to do to help me chill? Not gonna lie. I don't care about that. I mean, the dude's still a human. He still got to go home, still got to live a life, man. Look, we've all had horrible days at work. That's what this is. It's work. It's a job. They get paid to show up and do the job. If you have a horrible day at work, you can't go home and enjoy your family time. You can't go home and try to do something to take your mind off it. I hate that about some fans. Like, why can't someone be a human? They've left their job. They've left their job. What do you want them shooting in the gym all night? How fresh is that going to leave them for the next game? They left their job. They'll put in the work the next day, the next morning. I'm perfectly confident in Braun putting in that work. If he wants to post a Taco Bell commercial, if he wants to go to Taco Bell, if he wants to go wherever the hell he wants to go to. I never understood that from fans. It makes no sense to me. A guy can't watch TV. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. I never understood it, man. But let guys live. They give us years of their lives here, man. They sacrifice their family time. They go all this for our personal entertainment. And dudes be bugging when dudes be human. You know, and I never understand it. Never understand it, man. What's going on? Chris, he said, Jeff, did you notice the NBA playoff official commercial doesn't include single Laker? That's a first for me. Yeah, the fact that it doesn't include a Laker or LeBron, that's odd. I did not notice that. Definitely didn't notice that. Okay, I'm getting to some of these late. People talking about Mavs choking because that didn't happen. Dallas looking like the Lakers blowing leads. Nah, man, you're on the road. You know, when you're taking some threes there, you miss, but the daggers hit though. It's Jason Kidd, yeah. Let's see. On the other hand, I believe in the Lakers then. That 17 may have messed up the year of the Mamba. 824. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, I just never felt comfortable about facing this team in the first round. I just never did. Never made sense to me. A defending champ in the first round when they just owned you. I understand you want them while Braun and AD are fresh, even though they're not really fresh because they've been playing in playoff mode for a month and a half. Denver's fresh. So there's the other side of that coin. You want to be fresh, but you also got them while they're fresh. Just didn't like it, man. I just don't like the matchup in general, let alone the first round here, man. Mavs are pulling a Darvish game. Okay, I got to catch up here. This is back. Clippers fans don't sound loud. They're so quiet. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. I looked at this today. I was like, you know, I want to go see Luka and Kyrie playing a playoff game. I loaded up the app, man, and a little before the game, I was gonna be able to get a really good seat for $65, man. I almost went. I was like, man, to go see greatness. I told you, I've gone to Clipper games in the past to go watch, you know, future Hall of Famers play up close, you know, to watch a Luka Doncic, to watch a Kevin Durant, you know, to watch a Steph Curry. Those joints be like $300-$400 at a Laker game. You know what I mean? So to go be able to watch them and actually cheer for them because they're playing against the Clippers, right? Different kind of experience. And so I had no problem going to Clipper games to watch NBA legends play. Because at the end of the day, the Clippers aren't getting my money. I'm buying it for someone who bought it already. You know what I mean? So I don't have a single problem with going to watch greatness up close at all. On the other, okay, I did that already, huh? Let's see. Just give me Edie. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's up, Richard? I think that would be a good pickup for the Lakers, man. Thoughts on Jonas Valanciunas? I think he's good. I just don't know if the Lakers will be able to afford him. I think he's the type of big that could play good next to AD. But again, I just don't know if the Lakers, I don't know what his market is going to be. He had a really solid year. I don't believe he'll be back in New Orleans, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But I think he could be a guy. I was hoping the Lakers would find a way to trade for him. I thought so, but he didn't, and they didn't, and we will see what happens with that. But I think he's a guy that I would not mind the Lakers getting or pursuing, but I don't know what his market is potentially going to look like yet. What's going on, J-Man? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. Okay, this is the part where the game I think happened here. they did have it, J-Man. They did blow that. I agree with you. My bad, Kane. Game ain't even over. Not what it was at that point. Was that Pete? Okay. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you, man. Give Mark Jackson a try. They're just not going to do it, brother. They're not going to do it. I don't think any team is. No foul. Clippers got robbed. Big Braun fan, but he not giving up any money. He getting more selfish on and off the court in his old age. That's what I'm saying, Steven. I'm not a Braun basher or a Braun hater at all. When he's great, but he's human. He makes mistakes, right? On the basketball court included. But no, I don't think he's going to give up money. I'm just saying, in a perfect world, he would, and the Lakers would be able to use that and get a quality coach and afford to be able to fire Darvin with 2 years left on his deal. That's like my dream situation, right? Is that he takes that pay cut. I don't think he will, though. I don't think he will. Jeff, last time I checked, we can't afford D'Lo if he opts out this summer. We absolutely can, because we have his bird rights. So him opting out, we could pay him whatever we want, up to the max that he's eligible to get. Kawhi don't look right, man. He don't look healthy. Extra wild situation question. Would anybody keep Ham as an assistant? Yeah, Milwaukee would take him back. Giannis would want him back. I'm telling you this right now. So I'm telling you, and I'm not kidding when I say this. There are teams and players around the league who blame the Lakers situation for Darvin's struggles. I'm not saying me. So I'm saying this, but there are people, and most importantly, star players around the league who think that Darvin needs to get out of there to save his career, and not vice versa. I'm serious. It's a thing. It's a real thing out there. And if he hit the market, Giannis would demand that the Bucks get him back. I've heard that multiple times. And the Milwaukee Bucks fan base loves Darvin. What's up, African Gamer? Salute to you, brother. Jeff, what's your opinion on Power Origins and the cancellation of Book of Ghost? Power Origins. So what I think is gonna happen, African Gamer, I think what they're gonna do, and I think this would be dope, and I haven't seen this anywhere. This is my idea. So 50, if you at least hook your boy up if you take this. I think what they should do, I think they should, whenever, I know they just extended Raising Kanan. I think they should end Raising Kanan and roll that into Power Origins. So the same dude playing Kanan can play young Kanan. And then what happens is you introduce Tommy, Ghost, Answer, all them in like the final season of Raising Kanan. And then that spills into Power Origins, and you keep it going, and they end. Only some people are gonna get this. When they end Raising Kanan, they need to end it with 50's song Ghetto Quran. And if you know, you know. That's what they need to do. And roll Raising Kanan into Power Origins, keeping the same Kanan and whatever character survived that, similarly to how they did Power and Ghost, or even Force. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they should do. That's what I'm hoping for. And Ghetto Quran, that song is just perfect to end Raising Kanan. Let me know what you think about African Gamer. I think that's what they should do. I hate Jokic, but his ability to not let anything bother me help me greatly, bro. Don't give a damn but the result. Maybe that's why he not rattle. He's not. That's what I'm saying. He don't rattle. And that's part of what makes him so great. Can we force this series to a Game 7, Charlie? I don't know. I hope so. I don't know if I'm comfortable putting my money on that, though. Why can't the Lakers make a 20-point lead, a 30-point lead? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's got to be the principle. You're up 20, stretch it to minimum 25. I don't think we have a high caliber assistant coach this year. During Frank Vogel's term, we had Jason Kidd and David Fizdale, respectively. No, but we had Jason Kidd, we had Lionel Hollins, like even before Fizdale got there. The 2020 team was better from a coaching standpoint, man. Who did Booker? Oh, Booker got a Booker don't want it with McDaniels, bro. You don't. Look at KD laugh. These skinny dudes. I would def throw Vando, Wood, even Max next game. Screw it. Yeah, I would too, Kane. I would too. This would def show the mental fortitude of the team. It would. Do you think Jeremy Grant, a combo of Rui Vando? Yeah, see, Jeremy Grant, that's what I'm saying. Someone like Jeremy Grant, he's making $30 million a year, but now he's got 4 more years left on that deal. That number doesn't look so bad when the cap spikes again. So there's someone like Jeremy Grant, whatever. So that's an untradeable contract. It's really not. They're going to be able to move that contract. They may be able to actually get value for that contract. So he's going to end up somewhere probably this offseason, I think. There's a reason why Golden State Warriors fired Mark Jackson. He wasn't good. There's a lot of reasons why he got let go. Like I said, I'm not going to get up here to slander the man. I have no interest in doing that. You can do your own research and see like what happened there. Bridges said Mark Jackson definitely getting blackballed because he's religiously political beliefs. It's messed up. There's more to that, Bridges. There definitely is. But like I said, he's definitely getting blackballed. I agree with you 100%, but it's definitely more than that. In your opinion, what do you think about Harden going to the club if his team is losing? I mean, if he's able to perform, again, like it's not ideal because your teammates probably don't love it. It doesn't really show that you're committed. It shows that it's different than LeBron thing. Braun watching a Taco Bell commercial versus a guy going to a strip club, drinking, hanging out, not putting in work after a bad performance. That's a little different than Braun watching a Taco Bell commercial and posting and people getting upset about it, right? So I think that's probably not a good look, probably a little distasteful. It probably rubbed your teammates the wrong way, definitely runs the organization the wrong way, and most likely the fan base the wrong way. So I don't like it, but to each his own. He can do what he wants. It's his life. They need to feed AD come what may into they got to use that it takes everyone's slogan to heart. Well, the problem is like they got to use AD all game, and then when AD's got to get going offensively and try to stop Joker, that's when things get messy for him. Jeff, would you agree that LeBron was better at his peak than Kobe's peak? The difference between the Kobe era and LeBron era was we got prime peak Kobe. What we got now was old man LeBron. Well, LeBron at 34 when we got him was still incredible. 34 and 35 Bron were incredible. The peak thing is a little different. See, for those, I know there's a big debate on YouTube. Kobe, Bron, Jordan, and I don't really touch that, Patrick, because to me it's toxic because you can't win it because if no matter which guy I speak on, the other base is going to come for you. And I'm just not interested in really that conversation. I will say this. The majority of people speaking in that conversation weren't there. They didn't watch the games live. They watch highlights on YouTube and they look at box scores and they go to Basketball Reference. Their opinion doesn't hold the same weight to me. It just doesn't. However, I tell Young Africa this all the time. That's my guy. I love Young Africa. That's my dude. But I tell him all the time, like, it's incredible the knowledge that he has, not only from a different era, but coming from a different part of the world. His commitment to this game of basketball is incredible. But I tell him all the time, and I tell everyone that I get on panels with, you weren't there. You don't know. You don't know. So for me, most of these guys judging Kobe or Jordan's peak weren't there. They didn't see it, right? So they only really saw bronze. And some of them did see Kobe. Some of them were like 8 years old, 9 years old. There's no way in hell they was into Kobe's peak like that at that point. You know what I mean? So I will say that being able to watch game for game every quarter of Kobe Bryant's career and his peak, that was nasty work what he was doing out there. Just absolutely incredible. I also saw Bron's peak. Absolutely incredible. And of course, Jordan's peak is just ridiculous. So I'm going to say that give me any of those three guys are the two that you brought up, and I'd be happy. But I'm not going to go down that path because it's there's no real winning in it. Hey, Tamika, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Thank you. Who can the Lakers get as a new coach? Well, that remains to be seen. Who gets let go? If the Clippers go out in round one, does Ty Lue become available? Who knows? The situation in Minnesota, they got a good team there, but the situation with the ownership, that could lead to some interesting decisions going on up there. So we're gonna have to wait. And I'm talking about from a front office perspective. If Conley up there has an opt-out and he built Denver and he built Minnesota. So there could be a top tier executive on the market this summer. And like I said, that would be ideal, for the Lakers to get a new face of the franchise over there on the basketball operations side. But it's hard to tell right now because we don't know who's going to be available. As teams fade out early or a head coach that's eligible for an extension that doesn't get it. Like, it's hard to tell right now. We don't know yet. Jeremy, what's going on, sir? Should we shorten the rotation, Jeff? 10 to 11 to 8 to 9? Yeah, playoff rotation, you shouldn't go more than 9, in my opinion. Playoff rotations are there for a reason. Typically, guys, you don't want to go past 8 unless someone's in foul trouble or there's situational stuff. Usually, obviously the 7th, 8th, 9 guy. The 8th and 9th guy doesn't get a ton of run as much as 6 and 7. But yeah, I think a team is better off when doing that. Fofo says, we're not a good team at all. We're making too many mistakes over and over and over again. And it seems like they get sick if they don't do these stupid mistakes. Yeah, I'm with you. Like I said, this team is not a very smart team from my perspective. You know what I mean? They do a lot of dumb stuff. And very, very, very frustrating to watch, guys. Very, very frustrating. And to cover. In your opinion, why are divorces so common once athletes retire? It's funny. I joke with my parents all the time because my dad is a lifelong truck driver. Shout out to all the truck drivers out there, man. I look at y'all like military, and some are military and truck drivers. So salute double service. But shout out to the truck drivers out there, man, because the sacrifice and the commitment you make, a lot of people don't fully appreciate, but I do. And shout out to my pops, man, lifelong truck driver. Shout out to my grandpa. Shout out to my uncles. Shout out to my cousins. I'm legit like the only dude in the family that don't drive a truck, man. So shout out to everyone who's done that and the sacrifices your family has to make for the country and everyone to get their products and their necessities all via trucks. So shout out to y'all, man. But as a lifelong truck driver, I joke with my parents about the reason why their relationship lasted so long is because they were apart for so long. My dad was on the road their whole marriage. You know what I mean? So I joke all the time that, when my dad retires and comes home, that they're going to get divorced because they can't live under the same roof every night. And so that's kind of what it is. These guys are used to being out, partying on the road, being out, then coming home to home for a couple of days. Okay, this is family. They didn't be out there again. They retire and they got no business to be on the road in these situations anymore. And they want the life that they had. They can't have it. They take their family life for granted. It blows up. Then they want it back, but it's too late, and it's just a whole mess. And then usually they get the second or third wife. They figure it out, and that's who becomes like, okay, I'm going to be a husband now. So I've actually talked to a couple of divorced ball players about that, and it pretty much boils down to that a lot. Let's say, Rodell, what's going on, sir? Who's having a better playoff coaching so far, Ham or Vogel? Ooh, it's a good question there. Neither, really. Flip a coin, man. I think they're more alike than people think. A lot of people who say we should have kept Vogel probably don't remember what it was like at the end with Vogel. So flip a coin, really, from that perspective. But that's an excellent question. Excellent. I have to think on that. Davies, wait. A Raising Cane can't go wrong with either. Can't rock with no goals, although usually. Oh, okay. We were talking about Raising Cane. I was talking about Raising Canaan. So, but we're Dave's or Raising Cane. Can't go wrong. I'll take a Dave's because Raising Cane. Yeah, I'm gonna take Dave's. Give me that hot chicken. Jeff, can you imagine a route for Giannis to the Lakers? He would be the second Bucks superstar going to the Lakers. I can. I can. And I've told you all repeatedly. And if those who listen to the show, I give you a little bit of breadcrumbs. I've done it a few times. And I've told you, and I'm going to say it again, that Trae Young and Donovan Mitchell are not the two top candidates. Those are not the two at the top of the Lakers wish list for this quote-unquote star that they want to acquire. Now, they may end up with one of them. They may. But neither one of those guys are the guys at the top of their list. I'm going to leave it at that. So just keep an eye on these playoffs to see what happens. Similar to what I said about the coaches and the executives in other cities, that goes for players too, especially heading into this summer where it's the real true biggie man of the new CBA kicks in this summer. So be ready. I was asking Laker Nation if they would keep Darvin in LA as an assistant. No, they're not going to let him go and keep him in as assistant. If he's gone, he's gone. Dante says, facts. African Gamer says, are you convinced Unique is Breeze? I don't know. There's been a couple of times there are people who thought Ronnie was Breeze. There are people saying Famous was Breeze. There are people saying that it got to remain to be seen here, but there's a chance. That would be dope. Coming back, he does come back as something else. But essentially, he's probably not going to be the same Unique, so maybe he switches it up. Maybe that would make sense. Of all the ones that they said, that would make the most sense. We'll have to wait and see. But I think there's a legitimate chance that he could be Breeze for sure. Angela Valdez and Ghost went to Miami one episode. They did. African Gamer says, that's how I want Raising K to end skills in the Origins. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I want to happen. That's what I think will happen. That's what I want to happen. I'm telling you. Ghetto Quran, man. Ghetto Quran 50. Make it happen. Would you move Ruby and Gabe for Grant? My homie said Grant's not who I think he is. Grant is good, bro. Grant's been good everywhere he's been. The problem is he doesn't really defend wings. He's a scorer. I don't know what type of. I don't know if he helps the Lakers against Denver for what they need, though. I don't know if that works. Kurt, what's going on, sir? Says, sup, Jeff? Search chat still reeling from yesterday. Jokic brother will throw Joker off his game and punch more people. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a problem when you got Serbians in the stands with more fight than the Lakers in the final 5 minutes of a game there, man. If any player in history was in the draft, I'm selecting King James. That's fair. That'd be a good pick. That'd be a good pick, Richard. I don't think you can argue against Bron, Jordan, Magic, Kareem, Kobe. I don't think you can order Bird. I don't think you can argue against any of those guys. I think they're all great and incredible. But yeah, you take plenty, millions and millions and millions of people would do the same thing. JSJ. Yeah, I don't know what the Bulls are doing here, man. Yeah, that was when Kobe was in a full assassin mode. That was just nuts. Just full nuts, man. What do you think next for Miami? I have no idea. I think they're going to try to get in the Donovan Mitchell sweepstakes. I think they're going to go hard after that, potentially Levine. Donovan Mitchell is someone I think they're going to go hard after. What do you think about his brother's punching fan? That's just wild. He can't be doing that, bro. Dude needs to chill. Sal, what's going on, Sal? Yeah, he's probably not going to be welcome with some games, depending on what that fan did. But you can't just be punching dudes. You're too damn big to be knocking fans out, bro. He would make the three, yeah, but not from the bench. JSJ, average 90% from the logo. Here we go. Let's say my cousin Large Marge, I call him Large. I remember you telling me about him. Seems to me that if we call half court plays, we are better offensively as a coach. How do you make that consistent until the end of the fourth? But I have a feeling that is on the players. That is the players, because I'm telling you, when AD set up that quote that AD threw out there wasn't a Darvin Ham bash. I'm just telling you that right now. When players want to just start dribble, and going away from the flow, and then AD goes cold and D'Lo goes cold, and like, if you look what happened in that third quarter, it's not hard to tell what killed the rhythm. That wasn't coaching. That was a player dribbling the ball too much. And like I said, I'm not excusing Darvin of everything, but not everything a player says or everything someone says is directed at Darvin. Like, people need to chill with that. It's over the top, but now Dick blatantly has his issues, right? But what I'm saying is, the players going away from sets that are working, that's not coaches. Those are players. Those are players that do that. Stay after weed. Stay after weed. Die hard. What's going on, brother? I'm late, but what's your series take on the series? Faith in Lakers, or it's over? I mean, I didn't have much faith going into the series. Die hard. Like I said, it was about you've heard my take on it. It's a bad matchup for round one. I felt that all along. That's turning out to be true right now. We'll see. I'll say this: they're 0-2, but it feels like they're 0-3. So I guess it comes down to how much you trust the team coming back for 0-3, because that's how deep I feel the hole is 0-3, even though they're 0-2. They've beaten you 10 straight times. Like I said, a soul snatching dagger last night, and now you hope to beat this team 4-5 when they beat you 10 straight. Man, that's a tough task, brother. But you still got Bron, you still got AD. Something can happen. Murray or Joker roll an ankle. Someone gets suspended, like someone mentioned earlier in the chat. Things can happen that can turn a series. My thing is just to beat a team that's better than you, because make no mistake about it, the Denver Nuggets are better than the Los Angeles Lakers. They've been better. They are better. And if the Lakers beat them, they will be beating a better team. No eye test or no metric points differently. Now, you can beat a team that's better than you. And Die Hard, I said this earlier too, a team going home 0-2 isn't uncommon. In a vacuum, that's a normal procedure. Phoenix going home 0-2, Philly going home 0-2. Like, this is not abnormal. But this isn't in a vacuum. This is a team going home 0-2 that's lost 10 straight times to this team. Just makes it much tougher. You know what I mean? So that's why I say their 0-2 feels like 0-3, even though it is 0-2. So could they? Yes. Will they? I tell people this all the time. When people ask me, what do I think? I say, are you willing to put a G that the Lakers come back? And most of the time I get, nah. You know what I mean? So the confidence is low. Hope is high, right? Praying to the basketball guys are high. Prayers on the regular to basketball guys. But 0-2 feels like 0-3, brother, right now. And faith is thin. It's thin. I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping. But Die Hard, I have not seen this team show me that they can win a game, let alone a series against Denver. You feel me? And that's where I'm at. I want to turn the corner, man. I want to turn the page. I want to get on board with let's go. Let's go. Comeback nation. Let's go. Let's go. I want to be on that. I want to be on that. But the Lakers got to give me a reason, bro. They got to give me a reason. They got to give me a reason to believe, and they got to give Denver a reason to think and fear in the clutch. So far, the Lakers have done neither. So that's kind of my take on it. Faith, not really right now. Feels like it might be over. But the Lakers can get two in a row after almost getting one into Denver, then that can change the narrative. And y'all know me when it comes to narratives, man. Y'all know me about them narratives. I love slaying me some narratives, right? So come on, Lakers, let's slay some narratives, man. Let's do it. But it's a tall task, bro. Tall task. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. Fofo says, as of right now, in terms of beating the Nuggets, I ain't putting my hope no more. I believe it when I see it. That's kind of where we all are. What about Clay or Paul George? Siakam free agency. Clay is a wild card. Paul George, I don't think it's the Lakers. I think it's Clippers, Philly, or back to Indiana. The Orlando Magic are a wild card here potentially for Klay Thompson or D'Angelo Russell. Siakam returns to Indiana. I don't think there's any chance he leaves. His trouble is here. Thoughts on the report saying Ham would likely to stay with the Lakers in 2024 to 25. Yeah, I spoke on it earlier. I don't know. We got to see. Like I said, all eyes are on the Lakers, man. All eyes on the Lakers front office. See how they handle and what they do here. What up, Jeff? I didn't like D'Lo getting subbed when he was on a heater. Coaching 101. Get him the ball. Lakers Dodgers for life. Shout out to you, brother. Yeah. So I don't typically like that either. There was a layer there yesterday that I saw they did that I actually didn't hate Laker Dodger for life. From a coaching perspective, you had D'Lo going. And at that point, you're probably like, if we could just suppress Murray, then we could probably get a lead in this game and potentially win this game, right? So you put some guys out there to further bother Murray who got off to a slow start. I understand that. From a coaching perspective, I understand it. What you're saying is true. Again, in a vacuum. But you got a guy out there who's just literally killed you. And you've had no answer for him. So you want to keep suppressing him and get him struggling. That didn't work because, well, it worked for about 3.5 quarters. So I get why they were trying to throw different looks at him and trying to keep him from going off. It almost worked. Until it didn't. But yeah, you got a guy heat like that. But I also felt that they're okay. Like, we're going through AD nonstop right now. He's killing. He's slaying. Let's get some guys who to apply some pressure, give Murray some different looks, see if we can keep him down. And it worked for a good stretch, and then it didn't, man. But I get where you're coming from. Just giving another perspective there. Siakam and Clay, Paul George free agent this year. Can Lakers land? I don't think so, man. I think the only one realistically might be Clay, and that would have to be that falls apart completely with the Warriors, and he just says, okay, I'm just going to go to LA. But outside of that, I don't think so. Everyone, please like and subscribe, or Scott Foster will call a foul on you. Appreciate you, man. Let's see how we got in here. Let's see what the likes look like up in here. So we got 43 likes on the video right now. We got 70 people in the building with 43 likes. Do us a favor, man, and drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Shout out to everyone over on Twitter as well. Go ahead and like the post, retweet it if you can. Tell a friend that it's Jeff again. Send them this way. And like I said, go ahead and drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. And join our playback over there, playback.tv/EmpireJeffTV, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate all for liking the video and those who subscribed already. Do you think Trae Young is still in play for next season? He is, and I'm not really loving that, but I think he is. Thoughts on the meme Kobe won with this team on the 09 team? Well, I mean, yeah, I get the depth of that team, but you had Kobe, you had Powell, you had Odom. Like that's a good 3 to start building, your team around there. You had a really a good role player there in D-Fish. Trevor Ariza starting to come in to his own there. That wasn't a bad team. Now that team fell off like after 7, right? It wasn't a deep team. Kobe was the best player in the league at that point, in my mind. Powell was incredible at that time. Lamar was doing his thing. Like I said, Ariza coming to his own, Bynum. That was a solid team, but they didn't go very deep, but they didn't have to. So I don't think that team is as garbage as people made it seem. Kobe was at a high level. Powell was at a high level. Lamar was still playing at a high level. Bynum was kind of finding himself there. Ariza had just discovered himself there. So that was a good basketball team, man. It was. I hope Joker gets suspended for his brother's action. Then we could win the series. Yeah, it's not going to happen, but I get where you're coming from. Hi, Jeff. Can we sign this summer Clay or Siakam? Siakam, no. Clay, maybe, but I doubt it, man. The Denver Nuggets are who we thought they were. Facts, man. That 10 straight got me like, yeah, die hard. That's what it is right there, man. Like if this was, even if we had won 3 of the last, 10 games, if it was 3 and 7, then at least we know that we've beaten them and we can beat them. There's zero doubt in Denver's mind that they're winning both in LA. I'm telling you this right now. And I guarantee you there's doubt in the Lakers' mind that they're going to win both in LA. And that's the problem, brother. You get what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. In a vacuum, it makes sense. Okay, we can go home and let's get 2. What's that cliche? The old cliche, it doesn't start until a team wins a game on the road. Well, that's for the team that's the team that's doesn't have the home court advantage, right? Because a home team can win every single home game and win the series. A road team can win every single home game and lose the series, right? So that math only really works when the road team steals a game. But the home team can lose every single game on the road and win every single game at home and win the series. So that cliche has always been kind of like one-sided, but it just really doesn't affect this series yet. Until Denver gets one in LA or LA gets one in Denver. And damn it, we almost got one last night. That's what makes it hurt. I'm willing to put one of Search's G's on the Laker comeback. Warren, what's going on, sir? Fix the turnovers and team rebounding. We can win game 3. Yeah, I mean, that's a start. I would start Vando and put him on Murray. See if he can keep him. Then I would bench him immediately. I don't know about the first game back, throwing him into the fire like that, though, Patrick. Jeff, you're the GM of the Lakers. What are your top 3 priorities next year? Well, problem is every time we get a guy, they can't stay healthy, they can't shoot. Top priorities is coaching. Another one is getting the front office right and ownership. You're just getting that whole franchise aligned. And again, that is an alignment to be done there, man. Outside of that, getting a new coach, a solid big to play alongside ED that doesn't break the bank. Maybe even in the draft. Man, the problem is there's no real quick fix for this team. Trading 3 picks and all of our depth for someone like Trey or Donovan, I don't necessarily love that idea either because I don't think it leads to winning and we give up our future. I think try to get someone in the draft. Try to get someone via trade without gutting your whole team. And, someone like a Bruce Brown in free agency, if Toronto doesn't pick up his option, I think a player like that could really help this team. We need, Laker Dodgers for life. We need more dogs on this team. Point blank period. We need more dogs. Get some dogs. Try to get someone with quality in the draft that's a big, and then see what shakes loose in the offseason. I got you. Yeah, they're both bad, man. I'm gonna honestly say I don't think Darvish is as bad as Luke was. I'm just gonna say that. What do you think is in Braun's mind for game 3 compared to AD's mind? I'm sure they talk a lot. I think both of their minds is we blew game 2. Let's go get game 3. I mean, I'm sure that's where they're at. Reeves was getting cooked on that pick and roll against Murray. Yeah, he was. They will both be great. He says, Jeff, did our defense work on Murray or was it just him just having an off night? Both. Sometimes your defense can force him into an off night and sometimes he just misses shots. But sometimes it could be a combination of both. And they made him work. They were contesting shots. They were bodying him up. And, that makes a difference. When he doesn't get going, hitting his first 2-3 shots, he can go into ruts. And the Lakers had him in a rut until he wasn't yesterday. Can LeBron actually walk in the offseason? He could, but I don't think he will. I don't think he does. Melvin, what's going on, man? Fire Darvin Ham. I wish they would have already, but they haven't, man. They haven't. If he wants a lot of money, I'm like, see ya. Not like he's going to getting younger. Yeah, but he doesn't opt out unless he gets a commitment search, and that's the thing. He's got $50 million already bookmarked for next year. He doesn't opt out of that unless he knows he's getting his money. So that's what I'm saying. We need role players who shows up in the playoffs with heart. I agree. Die Hard says, and the clutch points released a graphic that LeBron hasn't won in Denver in 4 years. And the last time Lakers beat Nuggets at all, we still had Westbrook. This is nuts. No, did he? Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. In a vacuum, Die Hard, all the cliches work in the vacuum, right? All of them work in the vacuum. But this series is out of the vacuum, bro. It's just out of the vacuum. What's Lucky doing? It's out. Lucky is being lucky right now. Oh my God. Yeah, that's a struggle. That, like I said, in a vacuum, I get it, but this is so much more. We need to ease Vando and Will back into the lineup, so Ham will start them both and play them 44 minutes. Yeah, go out with a bang, right? What's good, Jeff? I don't know what's gonna work. At least get one game from them. Yeah, what's up, Sammy the man? Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you doing well, sir. Jeff, if we got Bruce Brown at the deadline, would we win games? I think if we had Bruce Brown, we would have stole one of these games because we need a dog out there, man. Another guy to get out there to get in these guys' heads. And I know he won a championship with those guys, but I guarantee you he'd be in their faces. I guarantee you, man. And we need a dog. We need another dog. That's why I wanted Bruce Brown so much, man, because he adds a layer. It's not about always the shots he makes. It does. You add him to a team. He adds more grit to your team, man. That's why I wanted him on this team. We needed more dogs on this team, man. If he loses this series, to be honest, I want just his franchise to be built. That's a fair take too. We need some high motor guys on this team, especially off the bench. Facts. Let's see. Lucky attack Jeff's cables and you win a treat. Yeah, man, he almost did right now. Until now, that Dinwiddie airball layup is still in my mind. How did that happen? Yeah, Spence has been going through it, man. And I feel bad, man. I've watched my guy Spence since he was in like elementary or middle school. I've watched him a long time, man. And I rooted for him before he was a Laker. Obviously, he's come back home. And I was hoping for great things. And I want to say there's still time. I want to say that he can still make an impact here. I just fear it's going to be like one of those situations. What I worry about is we're going to get down 0-3 or end of game 2 and it's a blowout. And we're going to get Max in there and we're going to get Max, Christie, Maxwell, Lewis, Castle. I don't know. You're just going to get. You're not Castle. You're going to get guys in there who'll be getting no minutes, and you're going to get like that brief moment like we had from Tristan Thompson, where he had like a little stretch there of a few minutes, and everyone thought, "See, if we had him all series, we would have won." Like I'm dreading us getting the Maxes in there and Cam or something like that, and someone who's been getting no minutes, playing a ton of minutes, and like we win a game or they ball out, and then that's all we hear all off season is we should have played those guys, and then we bring them back and they're ass next year. You know what I mean? That's what I'm least looking forward to. And mark your words because it's probably coming, man. It's probably coming. Let's see. Doing cardio. He put him back in the fourth. As Bala, what's up, sir? He says, who we drafting just because it's over here for real? I don't know. Depends where the pick lands. It depends if we make a trade. I don't know yet, man. Ron's Key, what's going on, man? It's not over until it's officially over. Let's get game 3 and 4. Lakers is 6, bro. That's bold as hell, man. So you think a team that's beat you 10 straight times, you're going to beat the next 4 times in a row? Man. Make it happen, brother. Make it happen, Ron's, man. For your mouth to the basketball gods here. We're all rooting for that, man. Start it. Start the mantra, man. Laker girl, salute to you. Salute to you. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you, my girl. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Make sure to head over to Laker Girl, man, and subscribe to her channel, man. She got a channel over there. Appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you for your continued support. You are greatly appreciated. Make sure to head over to Laker Girl's channel and give her a sub, guys. Search if you can. Please put her math in the chat here, man. Appreciate it. Oh, there you go. I don't even need to say it. Search is the best in the business, man. Professional. With the 17th pick in the NBA draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Bronny James from USC. Oh, man. I don't think they do it then. It's over, chat. I don't think they draft Bronny that early. I don't think that's going to happen. That would be, oh my God, that would be complete trolling at that point. Don't do it. Don't do it, Rob. Do not do it, Rob. I'm asking for a friend. Like I'm asking for a friend. Don't do it, Rob. Just don't do it, brother. Don't do it. Speaking of don't do it, what just happened to my screen here? There we go. But yeah, man, 2 more days to Laker basketball. Shout out to the Mavs for getting a win tonight. Pick them in that series. Shout out to Indy for getting a win tonight. Pick them in that series. So far, other than my Orlando Magic upset in the first round, all my rounds are going what I picked. So far, things can change at the drop of a dime. So we'll see how it goes. But I picked a lot of upsets in this first round. So we got to see how this acts up, man. Facts, they got 10 in a row. We need 4. It's nasty work, man. What do you see as a likely scenario? A D'Lo Christie backcourt, Gabe D'Lo Reeves to the bench, 2 big lineup, or what adjustment overall would you like to see? The problem is, Die Hard, is like they were in that game and lost at the buzzer. So I don't think they're going to see a lot. I don't think you're going to see a change to the starting lineup. I would like to see, I've been saying for about 6 months now, I was saying when Austin went to the bench, I never wanted him back in the starting lineup because I feel that he can play the same way off the bench. He can still play starters minutes and still close. our lineup was very strong when we had D'Lo, Christie, in there with Braun and AD, and either Rui or Prince, believe it or not, but Rui. But because you had a guard in the backcourt that can defend, and that helps Braun and AD, and they step up their defense even more. So I know Max is only a second-year player. He doesn't have to play a ton of minutes. Give him the first 5 minutes of the game, get going there, and then Austin can get in there and start cooking against some reserves, and then figure it out from there. But I would have preferred Max getting the role over Cam when Cam was getting all those minutes. So why not do it now? I don't think it's going to happen, though, Die Hard. I think they're going to roll into tomorrow's game with the same starting lineup. It's going to be interesting if Wood and Vando are indeed back. How much do they play? When do they play? And is it too little, too late? I'm thinking it might be. So it's hard because the guys that I really want to be out there, I've always wanted, if those who've watched the show for a while, you've heard that I've always wanted Vando in the starting lineup when he's healthy. Always wanted it. We're a much better team when he's in there, especially defensively. If you just look at our lineups, you look at all the metrics along with the eye test, it just jumps off the page. That's the best lineup we've had. It's a lineup that got us to the Western Conference Finals last year. It's a lineup that we had that had the best defense in the league since the trade deadline last year. Everything you look at points at that's our best lineup. But we haven't been able to do that lineup because Vando's been hurt all damn year. So the only hope we have is that Vando comes back and he's been healthy for a while and they were just being cautious, and that he's able to impact the game, go in there like he did in Boston and help us get a win. That's the best thing we can hope for him coming back. That's a lot to put on him, and that's wishful thinking, and it's probably unrealistic. But that's what I'm hoping for right now, bro. That's exactly what I'm hoping for right now. I'm with you, Keys. Get game 3. Yep. Your blowout scenario gave me nightmares. How would you put? I gave you nightmares. How would you put Wood and Vando in the rotation in game 3? I mean, you kind of just got to throw them in. I would give Wood, Jackson Hayes minutes, and I would give Vando some of Rui's minutes, and just go, especially because Rui has not played well. One game at a time. I agree with you. Hasbala, you might as well look in the prospects, Jeff, because it's over. It feels like it. It's starting to feel like it, right? But until it is, it ain't, right? Said Bronny is top 5. Yeah, wild, man. Credit for it, bro. He's top 1. He's Zach LaVine level. Here y'all go, man. Do you see Wood starting on Thursday? I do not. I don't see any change in the starting lineup. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see it. They haven't shown any indication, especially because they almost won the last game. What adjustment we need? Stop making mistakes, rebound, stop turning over, get back on defense, stop jacking long threes. Yeah, but those are just kind of in play stuff. I'm talking about like rotational stuff, which we struggle with. But yeah, all those are known struggles for the Lakers for sure. How about Skylar Mays? That small stretch he played versus the Nuggets, he was good, and he's not going to see the floor, bro. Green eggs and ham socks. He's going through it, bro. Bro said Bronny is he's being sarcastic, man. Jose, what's going on, man? Even if we win game 3, do you think we can get 2 in a row? They got to show me, man. Right now, I'm going to say no. They got to show me, bro. By the way, why does Ham save his challenges? Can he cash them out for extra timeouts or whatnot? He just loves, again, I've gone over this multiple times, guys. There's a lot of coaches in the league who do that. A lot. It's a strategy thing. I'm not saying I agree with it. But like I said, there's no sense in calling a timeout when you don't have a solution. And that's a fact. That's coaching 101. Calling a timeout just to use a timeout when you have no solution to the current problem, you're just wasting a timeout that you need later. Now, use them later. Use them all in the 4th end, right? Use them. You can't take them with you. So there's a flip side. So I'm defending part of it, but I'm also saying the back end part of it is stupid. Using a timeout to stop a run that you have no answer for doesn't always work. In fact, the data points opposite to it. Problem is like if you don't have a solution for the problem you're facing, a timeout is not going to stop the bleeding. It's just not going to. And then you're not a good out of timeout team. The Darvin and his staff are not good at out of bounds plays. Out of timeout plays. That is just ridiculous. You know what I mean? So both offensively and defensively, they're not good with it. So the timeout situation, I think, is an overblown narrative that kind of caught fire. Not totally. I don't want to say it's completely false. But what I'm saying is calling a timeout with no solution is a wasted timeout, but then not using those timeouts you saved for not having a solution and not using them or using the challenges is idiotic. So there's a flip side to that. Ham is like a horror movie. Ham's coming to get you. 1, 2, Darvin's coming for you. Gotcha, man. He thinks he can trade them for crypto, right? Oh God, I just can't wait till he's gone, guys. I just can't wait. And I'm not even as bad on him as some of you are. I don't have the same disdain as some of you are. I believe that he is part of the problem, but not the only problem. This whole team, like I said, our stars have been problems. Our role players have been problems. Our coaching staff has been problems. Our management decisions have been problems. There is much more wrong with this team than Darvin Ham. I've said that all year. But having said that, I still prefer he be gone. And I would have preferred he been gone a while ago. So even though I'm not to the level of everything that happens, I blame on him, I still wish he was no longer here for both him and our sake. It's just toxic. I appreciate your research. If that's the case, how about just use a timeout to give Braun and AD a breather? Okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. But the thing is, you're talking to your team, right? And there's another thing. People ask about Braun on the bench and why isn't Braun in it? Why'd you take Braun out? Braun subs himself. Braun decides when he's in and out of a game. Darvin don't control that. I know people think, well, the coach does. Yeah, the coach does not decide when LeBron James comes in or out of the game. Braun checks himself in when he's ready. He checks himself out when he's ready. He feels it out and feels, okay, I want this rest now. I calculates it. So I'm going to rest now, come in about 9 minutes in the fourth, take another maybe breather there, the TV timeout. Braun decides that, y'all. Braun decides that. But yeah, so giving them a breather, there's validity to that. There's validity to that. But he's telling them throughout, you good? And they're like, yeah. You know what I mean? So they'll talk about it. Like the players can call a timeout. You don't think Braun would call a timeout just to rub it in if he wanted to do it? Like, and do it himself? I saw a play last night where they all got so frustrated with D'Lo. I saw 3 people call timeout. Braun, Darvin, and AD all called timeout because they got frustrated with D'Lo with one of the turnovers. And out of the timeout, Gabe Vincent came out of the timeout and D'Lo was on the bench. So like I said, if Braun and AD needed those timeouts or wanted them, they'd be lobbying for it or calling it. You know what I mean? And they're not. So like I said, they're while I understand, I believe me, I understand. I coached a long time, right? And you can ask Lamont, you can ask Elder, you can ask people who've been on those benches at high levels. You can ask them. Calling a timeout without a solution is a wasted timeout because you need that. And a breather, that's what you got TV timeouts for. The other team will use their timeouts. If your strategy is to save them for the end of the game, you're going to get breathers. But also your stars communicate with you and let you know if they need a breather or if they're good. And that's not uncommon. And there's plenty of other teams who have the same style of timeout flow than the Lakers do. Same exact. Matter of fact, if you listen, Brad Steven and Mazzulla did a whole breakdown on timeouts, and it was kind of similar to what I'm saying. Basically, some guys go by gut, some go by strategy, and some go a hybrid, right? It's literally that way. And they broke down the same thing. I'm telling you guys this because it's a real thing. It's not just a Darvin Ham thing. There's a lot of coaches throughout the league who handle their timeouts the same way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Use 1 2 for rest. No, and I get it. I understand it. Are you letting people come on Empire Jeff TV? But not tonight. Not tonight. I'm about to head out. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe there's no Laker game tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a panel tomorrow. But I'm going on 2 hours here. Just hit 2 hours. Tired of hearing myself. So not tonight, Laker girl, but perhaps tomorrow I'll do a panel. So I do apologize. But I didn't plan for a panel tonight. I didn't even plan to go this long today. But y'all been great, man. Y'all showed up. Y'all showed out. Like I said, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all came in heavy tonight, so appreciate y'all. Y'all can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, man. Do you think officiating changes being at home? Yeah, home cooking does help. But again, we didn't lose that game yesterday because of the refs, man. We didn't blow a 20-point lead because D'Lo didn't get a foul call. You know, our principles and the things we messed up on. There's a lot of things that led to that loss. But yeah, refs going ref. Typically, I'm not a guy that goes ballistic over referees. Typically, it sorts itself out. It works itself out. But like I said, yeah, typically you get some home cooking at home with the refs. Role players play better at home. Crowds into it. Some of the role players may play, worse on the road. So we'll have an advantage. We're gonna have to wait to see how it goes, man. And that'll be pretty much it. I mean, like miracle is what we need. We got spanked 10 straight. Yep. I'll get you, man. Around the league tomorrow. Yeah, do we have around the league tomorrow? Yeah, maybe. Wait, tomorrow is Wednesday? Oh, yeah, because the game is Thursday. Oh, yeah, maybe there's around the league tomorrow. I can still do a video after around the league, though. Okay, cool. Got you, Laker girl. Appreciate you. And appreciate all y'all for tuning in, man. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down, man. Okay, cool. Go ahead and drop a like on the video if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Shout out to everyone on YouTube. Shout out to everyone over on Twitter. Make sure to hit us up on our playback.tv/EmpireJeffTV. Appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in. Like I said, y'all can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. Y'all have a good, safe rest of your night, man. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully the Lakers can make some things happen. Dodgers handle business today. Hopefully the Dodgers can win tomorrow. I got to get back on some Dodger content soon. Hopefully the Lakers can handle business on Thursday, man. So y'all stay safe. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for what you do, showing up here on the regular. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate y'all, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you, Serge. Thank you, JSJ. Thank you, Angie. And thank you, Kurt, for being moderators here tonight. Catch y'all soon, man. Be safe.